Hello beautiful people, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and in today's video I am going to be ranking the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. I'm not doing a tier ranking because absolutely all of these books would be in the S tier. They are so good, but I do want to rank them in order from my most to least favorite. And keep in mind, my least favorite is still going to be incredible because obviously the Percy Jackson books are iconic. With the TV show trailer just dropping, I am very hyped about Percy Jackson and I want to put some Percy Jackson content out on my channel. It's a big part of my life. It has been a big part of my childhood and I am so absolutely incredibly hyped for the show. I will be doing my best to film a reaction video for you guys, but I can't promise anything because chances are I'm just going to get so involved that I forget to actually be reacting. But we'll see. So maybe that is something upcoming in the future. Who knows? But for now, I am going to be ranking these 5 books in order from my most to least favorite, or least to most favorite, actually. Suspense, you know. Before I begin, I want to say there's going to be absolutely so many spoilers in this video. So if you have not read the Percy Jackson series, go do that and then come back to this video because there will be a lot. So go do that first. But my least favorite book in the series, and again, I still love the book, don't get me wrong. Nothing about any of these books is going to be bad. I am just ranking them as I enjoyed them least to most. My probably least enjoyed book in this series was The Titan's Curse, which is book 3. This is solely because I feel like a lot of the things that happen in this book were fairly inconsequential later on down the line. Like, the main thing that I remember happening in this book is at the end of the book when Annabeth and Percy are like holding the world on their shoulders and they, you know, do that whole ordeal, and then they have the gray hair, and this could have been such like a pivotal moment, and I think it definitely was in terms of their character development, and Rick did such a good job with the character development throughout the series and beyond. But like, that could have been just like a pivotal moment for demigods as a whole, I feel like, because it showed that they did have strength and all this other fun stuff. And then it just kind of was never talked about again, as far as I can remember. Like, they never really mentioned the gray streaks in Percy's hair or Annabeth's hair again. And it was just kind of inconsequential, I feel like, the whole book as a whole. So I'm just going to put that as the bottom. And then number 4 would probably have to be Sea of Monsters. It didn't really... I don't know, it's so hard to like explain these without making it sound like a negative critique because I have literally nothing negative to say about these books. It was not the most relevant to the storyline is in regards to like the other books because they spend most of the book, obviously they had to get the Golden Fleece for Talia, and it did kind of kick off the whole thing, I guess, for realsies. So maybe, I guess that's a good explanation for it, but I don't know, in my head, when I think of the Percy Jackson series, I think of the plot of them trying to defeat Kronos, and the second book just kind of is like outside of that because they're hunting for the Golden Fleece and trying to save Grover, and it was just like a side quest, even though it really wasn't. My Best Friend Shops for a Wedding Dress is just like an iconic chapter title, and that was the first chapter in that book. It's so good, but again, outside of the plot-ish in my brain, so number 4. Number 3, Battle of the Labyrinth. This one probably would be higher because Annabeth is an icon and a queen, and I love everything about her in this book. I love everything about her always, but especially in this book because she gets to show off her smarts. I will be honest, I haven't read the series in a hot minute, and there's like a lot of it is slipping my brain. I know they meet Icarus and all of that fun stuff, but like, it just, I don't know. It's not as memorable in my brain as some of the other books are. So for that reason, I'm just gonna put it at number 3 because I definitely don't remember thinking of anything that would make me want to put it at 5 or 4, but I also don't remember a lot that would make me want to put it higher. And that's definitely a lot of my own fault for not having read it recently. I should definitely reread it again before the show comes out, but I did just reread it. I guess I didn't just reread it. It was 2 years ago now. It was during quarantine, actually. Listen, it feels like recently. Maybe I should reread it. Maybe that would be a fun video, a Percy Jackson readathon. We'll think about it. Anyway, number 2 is of course going to be The Last Olympian, which is the last book in the series. It is the whole big epic battle between Percy and Kronos and all of the Titans and the gods, and it is so good, and it is so well written, and the characters are so well handled, even the ones that do unfortunately pass away, or fortunately pass away, depending on how you want to look at it. I never felt bad for Luke. I have never in my life felt bad for Luke for becoming evil and then dying. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just unempathetic. I've never felt bad for him. But, you know, Sally Jackson is everyone's mother, I think. She's great. She's a queen, a legend. Sally Jackson fan club right here. I love that woman, and I really, really hope, and I know they will, but I really, really hope they do her justice in the TV show, because Sally Jackson is my generation's mother, I think, if you're a Percy Jackson fan. Like, I think we all want Sally Jackson to be our mother. She's great. I love her. And of course, then you get the iconic scene of Percy telling the gods that he doesn't want to become a god because he's got everything he wants and he doesn't want to be like them. And Percy Jackson is a literal, he's everything. He's great. I wanted to say icon, but I've already used that word a lot in this video. I adore Percy, and I know that's so cliche because he's the main character, but he's so good. He is such a good character, and it makes me so happy that he exists and that we get to see him come to life in this TV show. It's like all of my childhood dreams are coming to life. But yes, the last scene where he's in Olympus and they're like, do you want to be a god? And he's like, no, I'm good. It's great. It's number 2 for that reason alone, but also for all of the other stuff. And of course, that leaves number 1 being the very first book in the series, The Lightning Thief. It is the book that started it all. It is legendary. It is so good. It is hilarious. It is the book that ruined or made our lives, depending on how you want to look at it. And it is just my favorite. Like, it's so, there's nothing in my mind that would make me want to put it any lower on this list. Maybe it's a cliche that I'm saying this, but it's true. I mean, I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm a basic person who has basic tastes, and my very basic favorite book in the series is the first one. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is, and I won't apologize for loving The Lightning Thief. It sucked me in from the moment that I very first read it, because I remember it distinctly. I was like, why are they making it, like, I wasn't made, but my 3rd grade teacher told me, hey, you should read this series. I think you'd really like it. And I thought I was gonna hate it because it wasn't like the normal books that I would read, like fairy books, the Rainbow Fairies. But I loved it, and now here I am, like 10 years later. I'm now a mess because of this series. I blame that my entire life on that series. But it's so good. It is so good, and I am here for it. I do hope you have enjoyed this quick little rant about my favorites in the Percy Jackson series. Again, I really want to stress that even the ones that were low on the list, it's not because I don't like them, because I do. I loved every part of this series. It's just, you know, my favorites in terms of how much I enjoyed them, I guess. If that makes any sense at all, which it probably does, and I'm just way overthinking. But I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe because I post content like it twice a week, and you should check out my Instagram, which will be linked down in the description. Even if I don't do a reaction video, I will definitely be posting some thoughts about the show on my Instagram, definitely on the story. So you should follow that if you would love to see that, because I'm still not sure yet if I want to do a reaction video. You should like this video because it's easy. You can comment because it makes me smile, and I would love to hear your thoughts on which of the Percy Jackson books are your favorites. So let me know down there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!